A lot of mighty checking in, man. Listen, YouTube, let's get right to it. And today's video topic is going to be about pain and why it's something, that's inevitable when you are on this path to greatness or anything that you want to do in life. Obviously, we're back in the vehicle. Last video, I had to go outside. I was just coming off a run. So, sorry guys. Coming off a run. And I wanted to go in here and hop into a conversation about how I was feeling. I was very motivated. Today, we're back in the vehicle. Talking about pain. So, why is it important? Well, the main thing I want to point out is usually pain is uncomfortable. Pain causes you to pay attention, right? When you get hurt, when something hurts, nothing else matters in that moment but that pain, right? So you have to think about why am I going through the thing that I'm going through and experiencing pain? When I was a lot younger, I was into a lot of things I shouldn't have been into. And that led me down a path of, dealing with the court systems and things of that nature. And I was going through a lot of pain. I was going through a lot of discomfort. And I had to think about, why was I going through all this pain? Why am I experiencing life from a painful experience? From a painful experience. And a lot of it had to do with, sorry guys, I'm going through some construction. A lot of it has to do with just not understanding I'm not understanding my part in the pain, right? I'm not understanding how I'm contributing to my own suffering is what I'm trying to say. The moment you can identify that you're contributing to your own suffering is the moment you can start to take steps in the opposite direction, but not until that point. If you have bad health, right? Maybe going to the doctor's office is a painful experience, right? Because maybe they're telling you something you don't want to hear, right? You still have to do what you need to do in order to get past this moment of pain and uncomfortability, right? For me, it was realizing, okay, being in these environments, maybe the things that I'm taking a part of, right? People that I'm surrounding myself with, maybe that's the issue. For someone who's having health problems, it might be their sedentary habits, them not prioritizing their health and their lifestyle decisions. So I say all that to say it's very important that we understand that pain is the greatest teacher in life. My dad used to always say, there's kids who listen when they get talked to, and there's kids who listen when they get their ass beat, essentially. So you gotta decide, I think all of us go through being the kid who has to get their ass beat a little bit. But I think as you mature and as you become more of an adult and that kind of thing and mature, you start to realize that the ass whoopings aren't necessary. They're not something you have to go through in order to learn. And once you start taking the I guess, warning sign. I wouldn't say warning sign. Taking heed of what other people are saying, or you're learning from other people's experiences, you will experience less pain, right? Because you're familiar with the pain. You're familiar with that uncomfortableness. And you don't wish to invite more of that into your life that is unnecessary. We're all going to go through things that are painful. We're all going to go through things that are uncomfortable. So control the things that you can to make your life less painful, essentially. So I wanted to leave you guys with that message. I'm going to be more consistent. And yeah, I just want to inspire anybody that's listening. And if you guys made this far, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, comment. It really helps me in the algorithm. And I will see you guys in the next video.